Hi, it's Sophia, the Cycle Breaking Mom, where I talk about all things breaking cycles. So today I want to talk about a conversation that I had with a older guy today, a contractor that came to my home, and he was asking me about my children, and he was asking me what age were my children. And so I have a 21-year-old, I have an 18-year-old, and I have an 11-year-old. And I have all girls. And he told me, make sure you always give your kids like a credit card. Don't just give them cash, because they could use it to buy things that they shouldn't, like marijuana, and I don't remember what else he said. And I said, oh, no. I said, I don't give cash just because I don't do cash like that. I said, but no, I don't have that issue with my children. And then he said, oh, and then you have girls. Oh, I know that's hard, especially if they're pretty. And I'm like, my daughters are pretty, but I don't have any issues like that. See, the thing is, me and my girls, I have a beautiful relationship with my girls, and I've created a safe and peaceful home. And when a kid gets what they need from at least one caregiver, then they don't have any reason to act out. They don't have any reason to sneak and go and do drugs, or they don't get caught up in things that they shouldn't. And I'm not speaking from naivety, if that's the way you say it. And I'm not bragging. It's the grace of God that I learned what kids needed. Like, what do kids need to be able to fully thrive? And it's not what ooh, I'm sweating. It's not what it's not just what kind of society wants from kids, which is to be well behaved and get good grades and maybe join all the sports teams or the different clubs, or go to the finest schools, or have the best jobs. That's kind of what society wants for our kids. And I was duped too, and my parents were duped. So I did all those things. And I realized that all of those things did not equal a woman who is emotionally and mentally and physically and relationally healthy, because those are the things that actually need to be focused on. And so the reason why my kids aren't struggling like I know a lot of kids are, and I know a lot of their peers. I hear a lot of the stories. A lot of their peers are struggling. Is because I myself did the work. And when I say did the work, I learned something very important from different teachers and mentors. But one of the most powerful ones was that a kid needs a parent that is, at least one caregiver that's emotionally regulated, that the parent feels safe feeling their emotions, and then the parent then holds space for the kids, all of the kids' emotions. So all emotions are welcome. Because when a kid does different substances and things like that, is because they are, maybe they might start off social, it might be a social thing, or with peers, but when there's, when they're sneaking and doing it, or there's addictions, is because they have these strong emotions and that they don't know what to do with them, so they turn to these substances to numb. So that's important. And then that a kid doesn't have to perform to get the parent's love, that the kid can be their authentic self, and the parent meets them where they're at, because the kid is either going to go attachment to the caregiver, because this caregiver is responsible for this child's survival and needs being met, or authenticity. And there are serious consequences when a kid can't be themselves and they have to be who the parent needs them to be, when a parent doesn't meet them where they're at. So learning that was very important. Also learning that the best gift that you can give the kid is to work on being your best self. And that's actually the name of my company. It's called Best Me, LLC. And so working on being your best self, that way you're not trying to live through your kids, or you're not constantly trying to micromanage their behaviors. There's more focus on the you, and doing your own work and working to your fullest potential. And so you don't have to be perfect. I'm continuously doing the work and unfolding and growing. And as a cycle breaker, I have been left with I've been left with limitations, let's put it this way, in all of life areas that I have to break free from. But I am on the journey to breaking free, and my kids see that, and I let them know of my limitations. I let them know, hey, these are my limitations. This is what I inherited, and doesn't have to be your story. You can do something different. And I present them information about what does one's fullest potential look like, opposed to limitations. And it's an individual thing. But I keep the lines of communication open, because the kids do as you do, not as you say. And the way you're showing up in the world is programming them as to what life looks like. So those are the things that I've done, that let's see, how should I say this, proof my kids from me having to micromanage and not give them cash because they're going to do marijuana, or me worrying about having daughters and them getting caught up or anything like that. Those are no worries at all, because I learned what I learned. And so that those are some of the important keys. So I will end now, and stay tuned for my next video, where I talk all things breaking cycles. Bye for now.